My name is Gary Hartle. I'm the technical sales rep for 2020 Seed Labs here based out of the Nisku office. So probably for a lot of people who have never seen this little unit before, it's called a Spornado. And what it is, it's a passive spore detector which allows you to collect airborne spores for Sclerotinia and Fusarium in the air prior to a spray application. So really it's a proactive approach to determining if you have Sclerotinia or Fusarium spores in the air before you would take the chance of having a cost of applying a fungicide on that crop. So what you're doing is you're taking the approach that of which you're going to take these little cassettes here and you're going to get them tested. And the lab here right behind, in this room here right behind us, they can do the molecular test where they can extract the DNA, and then also they'll be able to tell you if you got Sclerotinia or Fusarium. So Sclerotinia in canola and Fusarium in your cereal crops. So if you look at the unit here, it just attracts the wind. So whatever the wind direction is, it's where the cone is going to be facing. And then if you look really close inside here, there's a little disc here with a little membrane in it. So to look at the disc here, you can just remove this little membrane and you can see this, and the spores are going to get caught on this membrane. So when the wind blows, it blows up the spores in the air, and as the wind blows it, it's going to get caught and stuck into this cassette membrane. And then you pull the whole cassette out, send it to the lab here in town, and then we have the ability to give the results generally within 24 hours, but we've been having really good success this year that if we can get a cassette by between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we can still get results the same day. So based on the cassette load that we've been getting every day of the people that have been sending them in, we've had a really good success rate of allowing growers to get results the same day. And that's really important at this time of year because our crops are changing really fast, and we can't afford to have a three or 4 day turnaround to get results because your crop can really change staging at that time frame. And we look at the way the weather's been this year with a lot of rain events. The crop, it's pretty wet out there at times, and you can't get in at the right time. So allowing to have really fast turnaround is really helping in farmers making decisions. And one other thing also too is you can remove the cassettes and you can change them every 2-3 days frequently, so you're getting more than one test. So really what this allows you to do is you can see how the spore load is changing in your field from cassette to cassette. So you put your first cassette in when the crop is in the bolting stage, just starting to flower, let it sit there for about 3 or 4 days, remove the cassette, insert another cassette. Really what that's going to tell you from the get-go is what's happening in the environment around in your crop. Is there early detection? Is the conditions conducive right now to spore activity? Then take this cassette out, put another one in. So your second cassette, do it in that 10 to 20% bloom stage if we're talking about canola. What's that going to do is it's going to tell you, has there been a change in spore load from your first cassette to your second cassette? The third cassette to me is probably the most important. This is at that 20 to 30% bloom stage, and this is the most important time for when you're doing the fungicide application. And then also what that's going to do as well is going to let you know, has there been a change in the environment and also in the spores from first cassette to second cassette to third cassette. And this is a really good indicative indication on whether a farmer is going to spray on some of the results that they'll see with the cassettes here. So I started this journey at the beginning of March, and so I've been with the organization for 4 months now. And I'll be honest, I really didn't realize a lot of the benefits and a lot of the testing that they do in this lab. I thought, when you think 2020 Seed Labs, you're thinking, seed. They're testing germination, they're testing purity, but they do a lot more. And it's a real cool place to work right now. There's a lot of people that are really specialized in their own divisions, and you can tell there's a lot of passion within this organization. They take their job serious. They show up every day willing to work, and so far it's been going really good, and look forward to continuing on with this organization for a while.